Does Canada need a carbon tax?
I just don't think that's the way to go about, I'm not, I'm not totally sold on this whole climate issue. We have a pollution problem, absolutely, 100% in this whole entire world, for sure. But as far as the, man-made climate, I have my reservations about that. The science as it's presented to us, yeah.
Should Canada do something about pollution? Absolutely. Should we do something to reduce greenhouse gases? Absolutely. We should do everything we can try. But we are also a very, very small cog in a massive global machine. And in terms of a cost of living crisis, which we're living through right now as well, it feels like we're taking it on the chin pretty hard there.
No, it's just gouging workers that have to pay enough for gas just to go to work. Especially people in construction that go to more job sites, one location every day at times. Yeah. There's no reason, it's just taking more money out of tax-paying people as it is.
Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely.
If they could refund people with, grocery money, that would work. Why don't you cut the bus fare in half, the transportation costs in half? That would help. There's carbon tax. That's such a one-time issue. Yes, we do. We have to. Polluters pay. That's what it has to be.
Really can't say one way or another on the carbon tax. I think that climate change is a major issue for us, and I don't want to be living in underground bunkers when I'm 80 years old. So whatever we need to do to get our climate shift under control, I'm supportive of.
Well, it needs something. I must say that climate change does happen. Let's face it, petroleum products cause a lot of it, in my opinion, and I think science has shown that. So yes, we do. I don't even know exactly how the carbon tax works as far as they take in money and they give it back to you. I'm not sure how that reduces use. Something has to be done though. And carbon tax seems to be the way people want to go. I don't have another solution. Apparently smart people don't have another solution, so a carbon tax it is.
I'm not really up to date on the carbon tax. I know a lot of provinces are going away from it. British Columbia seems to be keeping it. But again, I don't really know if it's necessary at this point if we're not meeting our own emissions, right now. We're not lowering what we said we were going to do previously. So perhaps they just need to take another look at that.
The whole world needs a carbon tax.
Why?
It's about the only way we're going to see movement that is going to go fast enough relative to the change we need to make.
Yes.
Why?
We should pay for what we put into the atmosphere.
Do you think this is an effective method to combat climate change?
One thing is not going to make a difference. Everybody's got to do a little bit. There's all sorts of other technologies and levies and substitutions that could take place. So carbon tax is one tool.
Yes.
Why?
Because it's the most efficient mechanism for lowering emissions without really impacting the economy.
I'm not sure if it's a carbon tax that we need exactly. Given that we do modify other taxes per province, I think it should be some kind of adjustable tax that benefits the environment individually for the size of our country.
It's not a good thing for people to have to deal with, especially in the economy where inflation is growing and people today are struggling to make ends meet even when they're living in a comfortable situation, right? And only implementing things like the carbon tax, it furthers their necessity for these things, and it's not necessarily a good thing to do, and I personally don't think it should be instated, just because it's more of a detriment.
Mother Earth is dying because of our greed. There's only so much oil. There's only so much natural gas. There's only so much. I don't know why they don't come in with something about, people actually sharing their cars, to do stuff, or more buses. Fredericton needs more buses. I know people like me, when I'm stuck, I usually walk back and forth. But like on Sundays and that, I have to walk. There's no buses. We need more buses, more accessible buses, and maybe then people will wake up.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We need to do something. And, you know, if there was other and different viable options that other parties and other people were coming up with, but right now, I mean, we've got to try to figure out how to reduce our consumption, and the carbon tax is a good way to do that.